Getting 35 or more kills in a single game is quite an accomplishment throughout this past Cold War season. In many cases, players didn't reach 35 kills in an entire series, let alone in one game. In today's video, I'm going to go over the highest kill performances from the 2021 CDL season. Make sure to drop a like and subscribe for more CDL statistical and analytical content. Out of the 63 players that played in the CDL last season, 42 of them achieved 35 or more kills in a single game. This is exactly 2/3 of the league that managed to accomplish this feat. Of the 63 players, 30 of them achieved this feat more than once. With just under half the league reaching 35 plus kills more than once, this doesn't seem like a major accomplishment. But when you break it down by the amount of respawns played versus the amount of 35 kill games, realize how much harder this is to do. Of the 1,304 respawns played last season, there were only 116 35 plus kill games. This equals just under 9%. So in 9% of respawns played last season, we saw a player reach the 35 kill mark. First, let's break this down by team. I want you to make your predictions about which team you think had the most 35 plus kill games this past season. Ready? You got it? Okay, let's begin. Starting at the bottom, to no surprise, we have Paris and London. The two worst teams in the league at the bottom of this chart, nothing unexpected I would say. Now we move up a tier and we have FaZe and LAG. Yup, that's right, FaZe only achieved 5 35 kill games in this past Cold War season. I'm sure many of you expected them to be higher or even predicted them to be number one on this chart. This is likely due to the fact that FaZe were so dominant that they would win their respawns too quickly to earn that many kills. They led the league in control 3-0s and were the overall best team, so it makes sense for them to be low on this chart. Moving on up, we see the Seattle Surge and the Florida Mutineers. The Surge with 6 35 kills games and the Mutineers with 8. Not really shocking here, both of these were decent teams that were landing in the middle of the pack on the standings and are close to the middle on this chart. Now we go up to the double digits. We see Rocker, LAT, and New York Subliners all here at the start of the double digits. Rocker with 10, LAT with 11, and NYSL with 12 35 kill games all respectively. Pretty solid numbers out of some of the better teams this past season. Now we get to the top of the top. Dallas Empire coming in with 14 35 kill games puts them barely behind the number one team in 35 kill games, Optic Chicago. Optic managed 15 35 kill games, which makes sense due to the slaying power that this team has, and they typically did see longer games throughout the season. And there you have it, the most 35 plus kill games broken down by team. Looks pretty good, right? Well, as you may have noticed, there's one team missing. Yup. That's the Toronto Ultra. Toronto led the league in 35 kill games by a long shot, as you can see. 21 35 plus kill games from the Canadian powerhouse that took the league by storm. Well above everyone else in this category, and this just goes to show the takeover ability of this Ultra roster. Now we get to break this down even further and do it by player. Like last time, I want you to predict which player you think led the league in 35 plus kill games. Now, if I didn't show it to you broken down by team already, I'm sure most of you would guess someone like Simp, maybe Dash here, or one of the deadly main ARs like Octane or Slasher. But after seeing Toronto is number one in 35 kill games by team, I'm sure we all know it has to be one of their players at the top, right? Wrong. Leading the way in 35 plus kill games this past season was none other than Priesta and Dashy. Yeah, I bet you didn't expect to see Priesta at the top of this list. Priesta has the ability to catch fire and take over a game in the slang department, and that is showcased very obviously here on this chart. Dashy, just like Priesta, can take over a game at any point, but he does it on a more consistent level. We see Dashy put up high kill games all the time, but he only broke the 35 kill mark 6 times. Other top names we see here are Vivid, Envoy, Draza, Bance, and more. Lots of aggressive subs on this list. Now, I do want to apologize to you because once again, I have lied. Here's the actual full chart for 35 kill games by player. Yeah, the thing I said about Ultra players not being at the top of the list, total lie. Cleanex actually led the way with 8 35 plus kill games, with his breakout superstar teammate Cammy right behind him at 7. Now, for those of you that can't do basic first grade level math,
what's 9 plus 10?
21?
You stupid.
Cleanex and Cammy combined for 15 35 kill games, which ties the second highest team on the last chart we looked at. These two guys dominated this category and it really shows. Now I want to take a moment to look at some of the interesting placements and players on this chart. As you can see, the 3 top rookies all slotted in at 2 35 kill games. Another rookie just above them, Neptune, put up 3 35 kill games this past season. Looks like the league is in really good hands. One player that I think is really important to point out here is Hook. Hook had 4 35 plus kill games this past season, and all of them were on Dallas. Yeah, the team that dropped him, he was kind of dominating. To make it even better, all 4 of those games were in hardpoint. and Hook only played 32 hardpoints with Dallas on the year. This means that 12.5% of the time, Hook dropped over 35 kills in a hardpoint while playing for the Empire.
Come on, man!
Every 8 hardpoint maps played, Hook dropped 35 or more on his opponents. Wild stuff out of the young gun. Hopefully next season he can show us what he can do on LAG. The last thing I want to discuss, 40 kill games. 40 kill games are the rarest of the rare, something we are beyond lucky to see this past season. In just 0.69% of respawns, we saw a 40 kill game. Just 9 of the 1,304 respawns we saw played, a player reached 40 kills or more. Only 9 times throughout the entire season, and Mac did it twice, in the same series. Yeah, feels bad for Dallas. Not much you can do when Mac turns into prime scump. Other players on this 40 kill list, CleanX, Big Wake, Paul X, Hook, Bance, Clay, and Gunless. Some I would expect, and others I definitely didn't. The craziest part to me is that Mr. 3 Rings, the oldest player in the league, achieved the most kills in a single game last season with 43. Yep, that's right. Clayster led the league in the most kills in a single game last season.
Nice.
Bet you didn't see that one coming. You want to know the craziest part? Guess who he did it against? Yup, Dallas. Want to know what makes it even better? They still lost the map. Clay's 43 kills and nearly 8k damage wasn't enough to beat Dallas in that map 3 raid control. But hey, at least he holds the title for most kills in a game. And that'll do it for our highest kill performances from the Cold War season. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. Make sure to drop a like and subscribe if you want more videos like this one. And with that being said, I'll see you all in the next one.